Good morning, Enid. Thank you for joining us on our pre-Memorial Day show. We're all dressed in our festive red, white, and blue, and we're just thankful that you're joining us on this Thursday, May 26th. Right now, it's a very humid 75 degrees. And does the humidity do anything to your hair by any chance?
It does, but I have a few tricks up my sleeve. Oh. But, you know, I can see that you've got a few tricks too.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, I'm Steve Keim.
And I'm Ashley Keim.
We really appreciate you joining us again on our Memorial Day show. We're excited about the next fast 30 minutes to entertain you today. And there's a chance of rain throughout the day at 50%, so it's going to be another warm, hot, and humid day.
Yes. Thank you for joining us again this morning, Enid. We are happy you're here and that we're here. So it is time to rise and shine.
Again, thank you for joining us. Good morning, Enid. It's always fun to kind of watch that opening video, whatever you want to call it, because there's so much work that goes on behind the scenes.
Yes.
To look as red as we do, right?
Right. These guys are busy, so.
Right now, it's under a mostly cloudy sky, 75 degrees, and again, it's going to be another humid day today. And as we look at the current temps across the state, kind of an exciting evening last night. Had some excitement of tornadoes in the area, especially north and west of Enid. And also, I felt the farmhouse shake probably 9:45, something like that. So I think there was another earthquake last night, so there's all kinds of excitement. But as you can see, it is humid and warm. I guess you can't see the humidity, but you can feel that humidity across the state. You know, my mom's name was Bessie.
I think I did know that.
She never did really like that. So everybody called her Bess, but she never did like Bessie. But you could tell. She was born in 25, so that was a popular name.
Sure.
Way back yonder. Anyway, Bessie, 74 degrees this morning. So anyway, and Big Cedar, Tribby, that's around Dane Tate's area where he hangs out. So anyway, you can see some of the current temperatures across the state right now. So.
Absolutely, Steve. And then as well as the 3-day forecast for this weekend, and on Friday, we are going to still have thunderstorms tomorrow evening, but it's going to be up in the 85 tomorrow possibly, and I'm guessing it's probably still going to be humid, muggy. Throughout the weekend, it's still going to stay, steady in the 80s, so be prepared.
Okay. Well, it's definitely going to be warm and humid. Anytime we get above 80 degrees, and you know that humidity is going to be above 80% as well. Well, we want to show a few things. Again, we're preparing for Memorial Day weekend, which is coming up. A lot of people will probably be out of the office on Friday because they'll be out of the office on Monday. And I'd like to remind you that the city offices will be closed. Thank you, Penn, for putting that graphic up. You can see the city offices will be closed. EPA will be closed. The recycle center is closed for the Memorial Day holiday. However, the landfill is supposed to be up and running from 7 to 2, I think, are the hours, if you're going to be doing some work on Memorial Day. And also, if your trash is normally picked up on Monday, it will not be picked up till Wednesday, so you want to keep that in mind. And again, the recycle center will be closed.
Right.
At 4 o'clock today, do you know what's going on, Ashley?
I do, Steve. There is a special commission meeting tonight, or this afternoon at 4 o'clock in the council chambers. So join us for that if that's something of interest to you, as well as it will be aired on the ETN channels 12 and 112, or you can stream that live on enidtv.org.
And thank you for mentioning that because it's important. If you don't have Suddenlink cable, you can still watch this show, everything we do on Channel 12, and also all the city commission meetings, MAPC live streaming. Just go to enidtv.org, watch it on your smartphone, mobile device, or your computer. And that's all the technology investment the city of Enid has done. So you can see, you can be in the big city of Oklahoma watching.
That's right.
And
That's right.
you can go to Nebraska, where you're from, the North Country up there. So, do you know what's happening tonight? That's 4 o'clock, but later on tonight.
No, what's happening tonight, Steve?
Thunder basketball tonight. So maybe the bow tie guy will tell us about that. Good morning, Enid. It's 7:35. Holding steady at 75 degrees. Excuse me. And now it's time for the Oklahoma Minute to find out about all the news that took place overnight with the bow tie guy, Mr. Derrick Silas.
Oklahoma and 10 other states are suing the federal administration over a new directive about transgender students in public schools. The lawsuit asks the judge to declare the directive unlawful. A woman in Edmond launches a campaign to allow chickens in Edmond backyards. While many Oklahoma agencies will receive budget cuts, lawmakers propose a 184% funding hike for the Legislative Service Bureau. Oklahoma City Thunder is now 3-1 in the NBA Western Conference semifinals. The next game against Golden State is tonight at 8 p.m. in California. Go Thunder! And on this day in history, in 1897, the first copies of the classic vampire novel Dracula appear in London bookshops. This novel eventually earned the author Bram Stoker literary fame, and he became the masterpiece of Victorian-era Gothic literature. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Steve and Ashley.
Man, Mr. Derrick Silas, all dressed patriotic as well.
Yes, yes. I like the way he says that. Go Thunder.
Go Thunder. 1, 2, 3. Go Thunder. Oh, that was very enthusiastic. Everybody joined in on that one. Okay, we'll move on.
Speaking of joining in and moving on, don't forget about our email address. It is gme@enid.org. We'd love to hear from you. Anything that's going on with you, your families, events, pictures, suggestions, send them to us. We love to hear from you and see what you're doing and what you're up to.
Yep, gme@enid.org. And the cows are always checking the mailbox.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
Very good. Golly, there's just a lot going on with the pre-preparation of Memorial Day weekend and stuff like that. I don't know if we can put that graphic up, but there's a 5K event coming up Saturday, part of the Memorial Day festivities that are out at the Woodring Regional Airport. As you can see, the Red Dirt Run of honor, if you will, and there's 5K. And I didn't realize about the half marathon event. I know that City Manager Gerald Gilbert and his wife are running the 5K. Wow. So you may want to go out there and encourage them on as they collapse at the finish line.
Sure, that's what I would be doing.
3.2 miles later, so.
Yes, and there are so many things going on in Enid currently, and Brooke is back today to let us know what's going on at the event center.
We haven't seen her in a while.
Yes.
Good morning, Enid. Thank you so much for having me back. Glad to be here with you guys this morning. We've got a lot of events going on this summer. First, we're gonna kick it off in June with our 3rd anniversary show, Vince Gill with Leanne Womack, June 4th at 7:30 p.m. And we're really excited about having Vince Gill here in his home state of Oklahoma. His first solo album in 1984, Turn Me Loose, earned him Academy of Country Music's Top New Male Vocalist Award. So that's great to have him here. Don't want to miss that 3rd anniversary show in June. Then we've got Pat Benatar with her husband, Neil Giraldo. That's June 16th on a Thursday evening at 7 p.m. And the first performance of Neil's was at his church at the age of 12. He's influenced most by Elvis and Scotty Moore, and he's produced all of Pat Benatar's albums. And then just that following Saturday on June 18th, we have Alabama. You don't want to miss listening to the Songs of the South on their Southern Drawl Tour, and that's again on Saturday, June 18th. They have sold more #1 records than any other band in country music history. and more concert tickets than any other country group. So just want to get your tickets. We do have some still available. Visit www.enideventcenter.com or give us a phone call. Thank you, and back to you, Steve and Ashley.
Welcome back, Brooke. It's good to see you again, and appreciate everybody in their festive red, white, and blue today.
That's right. That's right.
So it's 7:40. Good morning, Enid. High today is going to be around 84. Humidity 140%, probably. So get ready for that, because there is a 50% chance of showers today. So,
Yes.
well, I'm excited. You know, each week we have the best guest.
That's right.
It's always fun. We try to find someone with that Enid connection and tie into an event that's going on. And so it's time for One-on-One with Jomara.
Good morning, Enid. Our special guest this morning is Andy Holland. She's the museum director for the Cherokee Strip Regional Heritage Center. Andy, thank you so much for visiting with us this morning. We know there's lots of events happening this summer, and you're here to talk about those. So before we begin, for those that are watching at home, how long have you been with the Cherokee Strip Regional Center?
Well, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I've been with the Heritage Center for 10 years now.
10 years.
I started when the campaign to build the new museum started. I actually started as a grant writer, and one thing led to another, and here I am. I get to direct this wonderful museum.
How great. Now, as museum director, what are your main duties? Do you do a little bit of everything, or?
Well, right now we wear many hats. Of course, I do a lot of administrative things and public relations and training of volunteers and recruiting them and those type of things. But here lately, we've been mounting a huge exhibit, which we're going to talk about.
Yes.
And so it's taken all of us. We've learned some new skills that we hope we never have to use again. And so it's been a real interesting time.
Well, great, great. Now, like you said, you're going to talk about a very special exhibit that's coming or beginning this weekend, right?
Yes, that's right.
And it's called the Keep 'Em Flying exhibit. Do you want to tell us more about
I sure
that?
would love to.
Yes.
Keep 'Em Flying is an exhibit celebrating the 75th anniversary of Vance Air Force Base. The base opened in 1941, and it opened as a result of the bombing of Pearl Harbor. And it opened as a training base to train pilots. So from day one to present, that has always been the mission of Vance Air Force Base. It's had a very colorful history, a very important history, and so the exhibit chronologically goes through the history of Vance Air Force Base, but it picks out those special events and the special people of the base that really make it special. Another real focus of the exhibit is the connection that the base and the city of Enid have.
Right.
It is a very rare partnership, and I can testify to that. We were actually active duty, my husband and I. Well, he was active duty. I felt like I was active duty. And so being in the Air Force all those years, you have the opportunity to live in many different cities and states. And beyond compare, Enid was the warmest and most welcoming community we ever lived in during our career. And so we really celebrate that in the exhibit. What you're going to see, you're going to walk through 4 different sections in the exhibit hall, and we'll begin with the beginning of the base in the 1940s. And we'll work our way up through the 60s, and we'll stop a little while there, and we're going to talk about Vietnam, Korea, and some of the things that were going on at the base at that time. And then we'll end with modern day, from deployment of the Afghanistan war to present. And there's going to be hands-on activities for kids of all ages. But it's really just a celebration. It's very, very informative. We learned a lot in the making of the exhibit, but it's really a celebration of this great community and the great base that we have the privilege of having, and then the great people that make it all work.
And Andy, you said that there's been a lot of hands involved in making this happen. How long did it took to plan this exhibit?
Started about a year ago. We started researching the topic, you know, and getting all of our facts straight about a year ago. And then we've been gathering from our collection. We actually asked the community to bring in things because we know that there are a lot of retirees here. And so we asked them to bring in some of their artifacts to share with the public, and they have done that. And so we're gonna be able to show some things that are common, you know, most everybody knows about, but some things that is going to be a little bit of a surprise. It's a great exhibit. You're going to be, I think you're going to be a little bit wowed by what you find.
That's excellent. I can't wait to see this exhibit since my husband and I were also ex-military family that stayed in Enid. So
it opens on Saturday, which is May 28th, Memorial
Right.
Day weekend, and it will run, oh my goodness, and it will run through Veterans Day, November the 12th.
Okay. And now, is there a cost to it? Just a general admission
Yes.
to the museum?
Museum admission gets you into the exhibit and through the whole museum.
Excellent. Now, can you tell us real quick what else is happening this Saturday? You mentioned that it's a busy weekend, and in commemoration of the Memorial Day on Monday, there's another activity happening called the Family Saturday.
Family Saturday is this Saturday, and it's something that we do one Saturday a month. But it allows families to come and engage in an activity together. And so this Saturday, with the opening of the exhibit, the activity will take place outside the exhibit gallery, and we're going to be talking about rationing. The ration books and the stamps that the public had to use during World War II. As you know, when the war started, our young men were going. I mean, they were signing up by the hundreds. And so they needed supplies. And it was up to the general public to meet a lot of those demands. So basic staples that were consumer goods became war products. And so everything started being rationed. And so you could only buy, the government issued these ration books, and you could only buy so much sugar. So it started with sugar and coffee. You could only buy so much sugar, so much coffee. By the end, almost everything was rationed. Gasoline, rubber, metal. So everything was going to the war effort.
So you'll have that booklet with the...
We do. We have one on display
Oh,
in
wow.
the exhibit.
That's really exciting.
So from 1 to 3 is Family Saturday, and we hope that families will come out and learn a little and have some fun and participate.
Wonderful. Now, if someone cannot make it to that Family Saturday, will the booklet still be in exhibit at the
it sure will.
museum?
Mhm.
Okay.
Through the whole the whole run of the exhibit. It's one of the artifacts on display.
And Andy, you also mentioned when we spoke before that there's another event happening called the Homecoming Jubilee.
Homecoming Jubilee, June 3rd.
June 3rd.
So, which is a Friday, and it is our version of a welcome home celebration for World War II troops. So it's all going to be 1940s. It's going to be out in Humphrey Heritage Village. It'll be from 6 to 8. We're having swing dancing, a carnival for children and adults, lots of games, and a box supper out on the grounds. So it's just going to be a fun night of celebrating something really important. And a little bit of education. You know, we're a museum. We have to throw in a little bit of education, but it's going to be lots of fun. So we hope people will come. Tickets are $12 for adults, $6 for kids, 3 and under is free, and the tickets are available at the Heritage Center.
And now, if anybody wants additional information on these events, because we said a lot this morning, right?
We did.
How they can contact you?
237-1907.
Yeah, you can see the information on the screen. There's also a webpage, www.csrhc.org.
That's
right?
That's right.
Well, Andy, thank you so much for visiting with us this morning. We are very excited about those activities, especially the exhibit regarding Vance Air Force Base. It'll be really nice for people to get to know what's going on base and how important the community is to make things prosper in town as well.
Thank you.
So thank you. And thank you for watching One-on-One with Jomara. Now this morning, instead of the department head video, we have a special video commemorating the Memorial Day weekend. Let's watch.
Good morning, Enid.
Hello,
It's
I'm just
7:51, and a lot of excitement going on our show today.
It's a fun morning.
Stay focused. Stay focused. We appreciate Andy Holland being here and sharing about the upcoming events. My mother-in-law lives in a retirement facility in Oklahoma City, and we get to see her, well, really every week and quite often. And there's an individual that stays where she lives, and his name is Jack. And Jack was one of the very first pilots to go through Vance Air Force Base back in 42, 43. So when he sees me, we talk Enid, we talk Vance, and anyway, it's kind of fun to know all the different people that have gone through Vance. So. Jomara's going on a big trip. Do you know where she's going?
She is. She is going to go to D.C., Washington, D.C.
With the big blue band. There we go. National Memorial Day Parade. That's coming up on Monday. The Enid Big Blue Band, excuse me, has been working hard, raising money, and they're on their way. I believe they're leaving some today and some tomorrow on the trip to Washington. They're representing Enid, Oklahoma, and they're representing the state, so we're really proud of the Enid Big Blue Band.
Absolutely.
So,
what a wonderful opportunity for these kids.
okay, we need to go to what, Oklahoma Minute again?
Yes, Derrick Silas, the bow tie guy. Let's check in with him.
Oklahoma and 10 other states are suing the Obama administration over a new directive about transgender students in public schools. The lawsuit asks the judge to declare the directive unlawful. A woman in Edmond launches a campaign to allow chickens in Edmond backyards. While many Oklahoma agencies will receive budget cuts, lawmakers propose a 184% funding hike for the Legislative Service Bureau. Oklahoma City Thunder is now 3-1 in the NBA Western Conference semifinals. The next game is against Golden State is tonight at 8 p.m. in California. And on this day in history, in 1927, Henry Ford and his son drive the 15 millionth Model T Ford out of their factory, marking the famous automobile's official last day of production. This affordable and efficient Model T was responsible for accelerating the automobile's introduction into American society during the first quarter of the 20th century. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Steve and Ashley.
Thank you, Derrick. You know, I think the Model T was first, and then it was the Model A.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
I'll trust you on that one.
Because you always think, well, A before T, but I think, could be wrong, but I think it was the Model T was first. And I was always told, taught, whatever, that Henry Ford decided to go with black, the color black, because it dried the quickest of all the paints. So on that assembly line, they're cranking them through. What color black do you want? So anyway, so I think the Model T was first, followed by the Model A. Thank you, Derrick. We appreciate that. 7:54, and just like to remind you that at 8 o'clock this morning, had the privilege to, we'll show the interview that I had with Bill Mayberry. Bill is very instrumental in the National Junior College World Series event that's happening at David Allen Ballpark here in Enid, Oklahoma, Memorial Day weekend. At 8 o'clock this morning, we'll have that interview with Bill Mayberry. So again, if you're planning baseball, cookouts, going to the cemeteries for Decoration Day, Memorial Day, here's the 3-day forecast with Miss Ashley.
Yes, the 3-day forecast, Steve. Tomorrow, Friday, we are going to see some thunderstorms in the evening, but it's going to be in the 80s. It's going to be hot and humid, so be prepared for that. But the rest of the weekend is going to still be in the 80s, and it's going to be sunny, but there will be thunderstorms on Sunday. So hopefully Monday will be cleared up a little bit, but it's all in all going to be a nice warm weekend.
Yep. And so we want everybody to drive safely this weekend, and as you visit cemeteries to honor family members and just community. We called it Decoration Day a long time ago, so our Memorial Day weekend. Well, again, thank you for joining us at 7:55, a very quick morning. We're glad that Brooke is back, and she's going to tell us what's happening at the Enid Event Center.
Good morning, Enid. Thank you for having me back this morning. We've got a lot going on this summer at the Enid Event Center and Convention Hall. We do have tickets still available for all of our upcoming shows. For our 3rd anniversary show on June 4th, Vince Gill with Lee Ann Womack. And Vince Gill is from Oklahoma, so we're really proud to have him here with us for our anniversary show. Then on June 16th, Pat Benatar with her husband Neil Giraldo. That show is going to be a great show for this nice couple. He first performed at the age of 12 at his church, and he's influenced most by Elvis and Scotty Moore. He's also produced all of Pat's albums. And then just 2 days later, on Saturday, June 18th, we have Alabama. You don't want to miss this Southern Drawl tour of the Songs of the South. And for all of our upcoming events, visit our website at enideventcenter.com. Thank you, and back to you, Steve and Ashley.
Brooke, thank you very much. And I was talking with somebody the other day, and they're from the Oklahoma City area, and they were just trying to keep track. They said, "Oh, golly, you had the Sticks and Enid the other day, you had the Beach Boys the other day." Yes. And the list goes on. So we're excited about the event center and all the work that Spectrum's doing, bringing the entertainment here. Well, at 7:56, young lady, you're going to take a little, they say in the academic world sometimes, a sabbatical, you're going to take a little summer break on us, so you will not be on us. Are you going to sleep in on Thursday mornings, or what's?
Probably not, Steve, because I've got 2 little ones at home, so I'm still very busy.
As a full-time mom, I doubt you'll be sleeping in. Well, anyway, Ashley, we appreciate you've done a great job for us, and we know that you're still working in the engineering department, yes, City of Enid, but we will miss you on Thursday mornings. So have a good summer.
Absolutely.
Welcome back in a couple months or whatever, and we'll go from there. But,
sure.
So we will miss you, and it's on tape. We will miss you. So.
Steve Keim said he'll miss me.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, well, the special guest we have today, if you heard some barking in the background, that was not Derrick, Silas, the bow tie guy.
No.
Even though he can bark. But we have, look at this guy right here. Who is this, Ashley?
This is Blazer, and he is a pit bull lab mix. It would be $15 to $35 to adopt Blazer today. And Steve, let me tell you, he is so lovable.
Look at that.
All he wants is to be petted, and I think he really likes his belly scratched from what I saw. So, but yes, Blazer, he needs definitely a strong, active owner.
Needs a big backyard. Yes. Preferably 40 acres of farmland would be good.
Sure.
But we noticed it earlier, as you can see, we have a cat that does that. We're the proud owner of a cat. You start petting the cat, he just flops over wherever he's at. Mm-hmm. And I think Blazer's doing the same thing. You start petting him and then boom.
And what a pretty color too.
So 249-4910 is the number to call to adopt Blazer. And you can tell, as you said, mild-mannered. Look at the color of these eyes. Yeah. And he's saying, Jessica, do not stop scratching I'll give you 20 minutes to stop, is what he's saying.
That's probably why he was barking earlier. No one was probably petting him.
Okay, so. 249-4910 is the number to call. We need your help to give Blazer a home. Jessica, thanks for being here this morning. And Blazer, thanks for being here.
Nice
okay,
to
young
see
lady.
You, Enid, and I'll be back someday.
Okay, make it a great day.